You know, if you asked me a year ago what I thought about the PlayStation 4, I'd say it's a great, but ultimately obsolete console. The PlayStation 5 can do everything the PlayStation 4 can, so what's the point? Well, today I am here to tell you that I was completely wrong about the PlayStation 4. Not only is this one of the strongest PlayStation consoles in Sony's catalog, it also is amazing to revisit. So take a seat. What's that? You're already sitting? Okay, well, stay seated and enjoy this video as we look back at what made the PlayStation 4 an amazing console and why it's still great. Before we jump in, if you enjoy all things PlayStation, consider subscribing, as that's our whole thing on the channel. It'll help us grow and it's a great way to show support. If you'd like, we also have other videos on the channel covering all things PlayStation. Alright, with that out of the way, let's jump right in. So I'm going to start with a completely superficial thing, but it needs to be discussed, and that's the design of this console. The original model is one of my favorite looking consoles. The angular two-tone look with the light through the middle, come on. It's so good looking. I even remember when they first showcased the PlayStation 4 console, I immediately was like,
So
yeah, I love the original design. The Slim and Pro models, not bad, but the two-tone look really added a sleek and premium look to that box, so losing that was kind of lame in my opinion. But this moves me on to the next thing about the PlayStation 4 that got me very excited at the time, and that was the controller. The DualShock 4 was the first big departure of the traditional PlayStation controller since, well, the original controller to the DualShock. So I was very excited to see a new controller with deeper, wider grips that felt better in the hand. Holding the DualShock 4 to this day kinda surprises me. As someone mostly using the current DualSense for the PS5, the DualShock 4 feels great in my hands and may actually be more comfortable than the aforementioned DualSense. That's just my personal experience, however. What do you guys think? DualShock 4 or DualSense? Let me know in the comments. So getting the physical appearance out of the way, I think we all know the real important stuff is what's on the inside. What does the console bring to the table? Well, the PlayStation 4 brought a hell of a lot. Looking back at the games we got on the PlayStation 4 is absolutely staggering. It was an incredible time for Sony IP, and also when PlayStation would go all in on the single player driven experiences. Like, look at what we got here, guys. God of War, The Last of Us Part 2, Until Dawn, Uncharted 4, Days Gone, The Order 1886, a bit of a flop, but a fun game no less to revisit. Where were we? What was another big heavy hitter on the PlayStation 4? Bloodborne? Yeah, I think Bloodborne was a big hit. And of course, who can forget the crown jewel of PlayStation 4 games, Knack? Not to mention, the PlayStation 4 also saw the introduction of these big franchises. What do we got? Horizon, Spider-Man, Ghost of Tsushima, sequel coming out soon, and Death Stranding, which funny enough, I'm actually playing for the first time, and it's pretty good. That's all I gotta say. It's quite fun. I don't know why it took me so long to play this game. It's great. Moving on. And while remakes and remasters were not a new thing, the PlayStation 4 generation saw a huge spike in remakes. And it's safe to say at this point, it became a mainstream thing that is still chugging along to this day. What great remakes were released on the PlayStation 4? Well, we had the likes of Shadow of Colossus, the Crash Bandicoot trilogy, Spyro, my boy. I was so happy when they announced that one. You got remakes for Resident Evil 2 and 3, and of course, the one that everyone was waiting years for, Final Fantasy VII. So the point here is we saw incredible games that launched on the PlayStation 4, right? With a lot of them at the time only being playable on PlayStation 4. So it made this console feel like a commodity, and you were in the VIP experience. I absolutely love all the games that I've listed there. And if you compare to the brand new IPs we're getting on the current console with PlayStation 5, it's a no contest. Honestly, the only new IP that comes to mind would be Returnal from Housemarque. That is an amazing game, by the way. You should definitely go and play that. The developers were absolutely cooking up a storm during the PlayStation 4 generation. And speaking of cooking up a storm, the PlayStation 4 also was trying to add some new experiences during this time. Only the true PlayStation 4 OGs know about the Playroom game, an artificial reality game utilizing the PlayStation camera that launched alongside the PlayStation 4. Heck, I'm pretty sure they even did a demo of this game on Jimmy Fallon. It was using the light on the DualShock 4. You could interact and play mini games with these little robot dudes. And these little robot dudes, they kind of resembled someone a little familiar. I'm not sure. I feel like I've seen this little guy before. Yeah, that's right. This is the birth of what would be known as Astrobot, and it all happened on the PlayStation 4. PS4 is also the generation where Sony threw their hat in the virtual reality ring. The first rendition of VR on PlayStation was done in a slightly unconventional, but ultimately cost-effective way. Now, I do want to make a video eventually talking about the VR headset because I have a lot to say about it. If that's something you're into, let me know and be sure to subscribe. We'll be coming back to VR very, very soon. But for now, we're going to keep on moving. The PlayStation 4 was a box full of incredible games and a turning point in video game history. Who can forget the incredible moment Sony came out and revealed the price for the PlayStation 4, completely undercutting the competition and taking a stand on DRM policies, allowing gamers to continue sharing and playing games offline. If I'm being honest, it baffles me that Sony even had to take this stand on those types of things, but boy oh boy am I glad they did. This is a moment in gaming history I still revisit and watch just to bask in the thunderous applause from the crowd. You know what? Let's all do it together right now, shall we?
For instance, PlayStation 4 won't impose any new restrictions on the use of PS4 gamers. PlayStation 4 disc-based games don't need to be connected online to play.
That PlayStation 4 will be available at $399.
Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. So I think I've laid out pretty clearly why the PlayStation 4 was an amazing console, but when the launch of the PlayStation 5 came out, it was announced early on it would have full backwards compatibility with the PS4. A lot of games would even be receiving free patches to run at higher resolutions and frame rates with the additional power of the PlayStation 5. So once I got my PS5, honestly, I didn't find much need for my PS4. To me, it became an obsolete console. But in researching for this video, I booted up the PlayStation 4, and something connected with me. Something I hadn't even thought about, and that was the console experience on the PlayStation 4. Now here's a topic that comes up a lot with PS5, and honestly, I forgot what I was missing out on. But having the freedom of choosing themes on PS4 home screen, it's absolutely great. Even being able to create my own wallpapers with in-game captures I've taken. This level of personalization is something that is sorely missed on the current PlayStation. I understand that the PlayStation 5 clearly was not built with themes in mind. From the get-go, the software takes the center stage on PS5, but scrolling through the PlayStation 4 with personal themes and being able to also make folders for organization that appear right there on the home screen for quick access to whatever game I need, it does not get old, and it does make me wish that there was a similar system on the PlayStation 5. So ultimately, I was wrong. The PlayStation 4 is not obsolete. This is still an amazing console, worth revisiting, and worthy of recognition for what it did in the gaming space. Being easy to develop for and allowing game developers to give us amazing software titles, I'd say the PS4 will certainly go down as one of PlayStation's greatest console achievements. Thank you to everyone for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about the PlayStation 4. Is it one of your favorite PlayStation consoles? Looking forward to seeing what y'all say. We'll catch you in the next video, and of course, happy gaming.